Another thing that I'm really curious about, and I think the people that are going to watch this are going to be really curious about, is a little of your testimony. How did you come to know Jesus, number one? And then secondly, like, how did the Lord call you to run for Him the way that you do? I mean, you're someone that has a full-time job. You're someone that continually gives hours and hours on top of that to doing the things of the Lord. I mean, it's like you're a minister in the marketplace. So yeah, my first question is, like, how did you come to know Jesus? And then how did He draw you into the ministry that you do?
Well, I during the times when I was in college, like, I know there were so many people who keeps on inviting me, and it's not just because they invite me or they want me to be there, but I believe that it's the Lord ways, Even there was, I'm so blessed with my spiritual mother, as a mentor. She's actually right now doing the radio preaching, Before, like, she will personally come to my house and she will call me because she wants someone to be with her in evangelism, going to the mountain. And she's like, I'm so blessed with her life. And but before that, before I get into that ministry, how I'm passionate with the people preaching the gospel, it's because I personally experienced the Lord. So when I was young, like, I'm just in a grade school, I sleep, and then I just woke up crying because I saw hell. So, there was hell, and I told the Lord, I don't want to go in hell. I'm so afraid with the fire. So I was just crying when I was in grade school, and then when I was in high school, I was also like, because from my background, I was a Catholic. So, during my high school days, so I was, attending the Singles for Christ. They call it Singles for Christ. So I'm supposed to be in the Youth for Christ, but I don't know what happened that they put me in that bracket for Singles for Christ. So I was with the people who are like matured already in their faith, so something like that. And then they have this speaking in tongues or something. I feel the presence of the Lord in me. I am shaking, or even when I am attending just simple conference, I feel like, this chair is, pulling me down or something. So, and I refuse it because I'm afraid. I don't know anything about the Bible. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I feel like, what happened? I feel like it's Satan, because I don't know. Like, I am ignorant. I don't know what's really going on, because I don't know what's in the Bible. So I just like, okay, just keep on going. So when I was in college days, so my sister was the first one who or born again in our family. So she keeps on inviting me, and also her friends and all others. But I refused. Like, I don't know, maybe it's not the right time yet. But because I'm a Catholic, like, people would say that this is the foundation you have, so you will die in it. So something like that. So they keep on inviting me. They keep on telling me to come, but I refused. Even there were so many people, who have invited me. So I realized now that God is sending so many people, like a prophet, to just that the Lord is calling me. So He might not come personally, but He is sending so many people just to call me. So I refused, and just, I think, few months back, there was one now she turned into a pastor. She's a friend of my sister, whom she's also the reason why my sister was converted. And she told me that they prayed because I was like an instructor also in a college, and I was a very strict instructor. And then there were my students who have this a youth campus ministry in the college. So they said that they are praying my tables, my things, all my things in the table, just for me to be saved, or just for me to know the Lord, because every time they invite me, I just laugh and I refused. So I laughed when I heard that they will come. I mean, I'm out of the table, they will come and they will pray. They will pray my things. Yeah, it was so funny, but now, so I just don't know, that maybe it bounced back to me. Like, I felt also what they had felt, or it's maybe because I personally experienced the Lord. That's why I have this thing also. Like, I'm putting my place in them, that I was once before ignorant, not knowing the Lord, and life is so terrible without Him. Like, no matter how you tried so many things, like even you work hard, there is, or you've been through a lot, or you have all those things, and then there is still something is hanging. So when I found out that, that the thing that I regret in my life is the time that I refused the Lord, the time that I have delayed, refusing the calling of the Lord in me. Like, I keep on refusing, and until that time, I'm never like been so happy until I found the Lord. So yeah, that is so really so good to feel that I found the Lord in my life.
That's a lot of faith right there. If people on your college campus, when you're away, are going to pray over the tables and chairs, believing that you're going to come to their gatherings together, I mean, that's some level of I didn't even know that was an option. I didn't even know that you could do that in prayer. Wow. So encouraging, so inspiring to see that, you're a woman of God that I certainly look up to for your boldness and your faith. And it's so cool to hear in your story that it came in many ways from the people that were calling you up to a level of boldness, and people that were being bold in your life. And I want to say that I've seen that personally in the way that even you would go to the hospital and pray for sick people, some of them without even knowing them beforehand. I mean, this is just, one time I went with you. I think it was actually maybe twice we went to one of the hospitals and took some opportunities to pray for people. And I mean, this woman right here was just, like, okay, where's the ward where the sick people are? All right, we're going there and we're gonna share the goodness of God with them. We're gonna pray for them. We're gonna preach to them. I'm like, wow, like, who just goes in with a desire to empty out a hospital with prayer? That is another level of faith. I gotta know, though, how are you able to do that? Like, what gave you the conviction or the strength or the desire to just go into the hospital?
Well, I want to tell you a sad story. Like, that night before my father died, like, I planned to pray for him, because I was just last December 2010. That was the month that I have fully surrendered my life to the Lord. And that was also the month after my baptism. My father in a bedridden, so his birthday was on January 28th. So I was just like, 1 month, or not even 1 month, right after my baptism. So like, I planned at that night. Well, at that time, my work was in a government, so collecting tax, a tax collector, like Matthew. So, yeah, at that time, it's like, I said to myself that I will have the courage, because I don't have, like, maybe because I was just starting, like a 1 month old, born again, so something like that. So I tried to share the gospel. She wants to share the gospel to him at that very young days of being a born again, and I want to pray for him at that night. But sadly, that night also on I think it's my brother's, yeah, it's brother's day, he died. So, at that time, then I realized that I have to do it as soon as possible, as much as I can, before it's too late. But I believe, because my sister was already born again, and I believe that the Lord said that you and your family will be saved. So maybe I was not able to share the gospel to him, but I believe that he is saved. So during that time on, I regret that I have, as I've told before, that I delayed, the calling of the Lord in me. So so many things also are delayed in my life. So maybe I have wasted so many souls to share the gospel because of the refusal that I made, the hidden thing that I hide, and just, So that makes me passionate then, because every time I saw a person, I see my father in them, or I see my brother in them, because there are still some of my family who do not know God yet. So every time I see them, I feel like, Lord, I'm sharing this gospel to my brother, to my sister. So every time I do it, I also think that the Lord will do the same thing, because whatever you have done will be done to you. See, if I do this to you, I know somebody will do it to my family as well. So, these things, these principles, the Word of God is putting it in my heart to do it.
Wow.
Aside from the fact that we should do it because this is the command of our Master.
That's right.
Yeah.
I am speechless. How can I possibly follow that up? It's, man, that really strikes home in so many different ways. And I love that you said that whenever you are sharing the good news of Jesus with someone, it's in your heart of hearts, it's like you're doing it with your brother or with your father. And ultimately that person is somebody's brother or somebody's father. And Jesus said, whatever you do to the least of one of these, you have done to me. So thank you so much for sharing that deeply personal story. We really appreciate the way that you opened up a bit of your history with us. And I think I can speak for everybody that's viewing this and say, I am challenged now to share the good news. I am deeply convicted about that.